So we have the variables. We have these variables. So you want to write it out nicely when you transfer this to your Word document. So the second one is perceive campus support, and the third one is sense of belonging. Good. Now the columns here, the columns, like in this case is H, I, and J, corresponds to the rows. So you can put number, we're going to replace this with number 1, 2, and 3 respectively. So 1 refers to age, 2 refers to perceived campus support, and 3 refers to sense of belonging, like this. Now we need to have the mean and standard deviation as well, right? So you can simply, I'm going to insert here we go. You already calculated this when you did your Excel homework 1. This is your table 2. So you already have this data here. But if you were to calculate them, the formula is equal average, and select the column where you want to compute the average, which is column B for age. And then for sense of belonging, it's column C. And for sense of belonging, and it's column D. And then for standard deviation is stdev.s, is this one, S for sample. So that's column B. I'm sorry, stdev.s for column C, and then stdev.s for column D. Enter. Good. Now let's make these 2 decimal places like that. So now you have that table, which is this one here that we just created on Excel, and you also have the notes here. So what do they mean? So the first one, A line here, it say all variables were measured on a scale of 1 to 5. Now you need to look back at your scale, like which scale range it was for each of your variables. For some groups, it may be from 1 to 5. For some groups, it may be from 1 to 7. So you need to double check and report accordingly. So in these data here, these 2 variables, right? This age was not a scale. It was simply an open-ended question. So people just enter their age, right? So the note here would be just note A, perceived campus support and sense of belonging were measured on a scale of 1 to 5. So basically this gives your reader more data. It helps them understand the mean and standard deviation. Like if they only see 3.18, right, without context, they wouldn't know whether this is out of 4, out of 5, out of 7, out of 9, or what. That's why you have this line to help them interpret this means and standard deviation. And the second line, N equals 279. 279 is the total number of people in this sample, for this example here. But in this example, the total was 31 people. So you would put N equals 31 and then comma. Now you need to note the p-values. In this example here, these correlations are significant at 2 levels, 2 p levels, right? Any correlations with the asterisks mean that they are significant, right? So this one is significant as p value. At p is this is 1 asterisk, so it's this one, p less than 0.005 for this one, right? Whereas these correlations, these 2 and also this one as well, they are significant at p is less than 0.001. So they are significant, but at different p-values. And you help the reader understand by putting the asterisks there in the table. Now, the correlation with no asterisks mean they were not significant. So in our case here, if I were to move this to a Word document, so I'm just going to copy that and go to, so this is the template, right? I'm just going to open a new one here. Good. This line here, put it here. This note down here. Okay, so I keep this the same. Actually, I have to change it to perceive, campus, support, and sense of belonging were measured on a scale of 1 to 5. And N here will be 31. Now, for this table, we have 3 correlations here, but only this one is significant, right? These 2 are not significant. Only this one is significant. And since only one of them is significant, right, you need only one asterisk. So I can remove the other one, right? And it's also significant at P is less than 0.001 here. That's why I put one asterisk here. And there's only one P value here because for these data set, only this correlation is significant. You don't have to put asterisk in these other 2 correlations.